Hi, this is Trevor Jackson, publisher and co-founder of Jobs That Pay Over 100K, and in the second video of our two-part series on the 7 steps to preparing correctly for an interview, we're going to talk about the remaining 4 steps. I do want to mention that these videos are just the companion to Chapter 10 of the book, and if you subscribe on the right hand of the website, just put your email in and hit submit, we'll actually send you Chapter 10 of the book, and it's the companion to this. And the whole purpose of these videos is to help you succeed in not only once you've gotten to the interview stage, but actually succeed when you're face to face with a potential employer and get yourself a job offer. That's really what the job search warfare methodology is all about. So let's jump into the next point, which is communicating your value. Remember that a job interview is a sales process, and an employer is a buyer. Employers have pain, and they're hiring to solve a specific pain. So you want to articulate back to them in all of your answers to their questions how you can solve their problems based on your skill set. So you'll obviously need to talk about yourself, but you want to try as best as you can to articulate your answers in ways that are meaningful to that specific employer. One way you can do this is as you go through your research of the company and your competitive research process that we talked about in the last video. If there are issues or problems or things that came up out of that research process as you're going through the interview, you can respectfully maybe point those out and then connect back your skill set and how you can solve that employer's pain. It's a great way to communicate your value. Just keep in mind you're trying to set yourself apart from others, and so anytime you can communicate your value back to the employer in a way that's meaningful for their problem and for them versus just talking about yourself, always better. Amazing how many senior executives just talk about themselves versus sort of trying to talk about proactively how they can solve bigger problems without being prompted. The next thing you need to do is really understand why you're the best candidate for the position, and you need to know for yourself internally before you step into the interview. So you can think of this like a personal elevator pitch, but really what you want to do is be able to articulate in about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, why you're the best candidate for the position. And you can use that concept of positioning statements that we cover in Job Search Warfare as a way to help do that process. One of the things, if you again subscribe by putting your email into the right side of the website, we'll actually send you in Chapter 10 a 6 or 7 page worksheet we call a Job Intelligence Dossier. Really what it is, it's just a worksheet that helps you organize all your thoughts about the specific job that you're applying for. So it helps you write out positioning statements that map to the job description. It's a place where you can organize all your research in terms of the company and the competition. It takes you through a series of questions to answer about yourself as it relates to the job. And then you've got all that information in a single centralized place so that you can help create that elevator pitch as well as prepare yourself for the interview and be able to speak succinctly and concisely to why you're the best candidate. The next thing is to have some meaningful questions ready when you invariably get that question at the end of the interview process. Do you have any questions for me? Obviously you'll have some, but really this is an opportunity, if you view it that way, to continue to demonstrate why you're the best candidate. So what you want to ask are what are called operational questions. These are questions that are meant to ask about issues or problems or challenges that the company is facing, and then ask the question. You'll go through that in that Job Intelligence Dossier process. Write that out, have that question ready, ask it, sit back, listen to the interviewer respond, and then engage in a two-way conversation, again, drawing back how your capabilities, your experience, your expertise can solve their problems. And if you do this, you'll set yourself apart. What you don't really want to do is spend too much time, especially in the early interview stage, about benefit questions. These are things like, what's your time off policy? You can ask those questions, but it's better to focus on the operational ones. So have at least 2 or 3 of those ready. And really what this does is it helps you demonstrate your depth as a candidate and why you're positioned, why you can position yourself to be the solution to that employer's problem. The last component of the interview process is communicating that you want the job. So at the end of the interview, let the interviewer know you're interested. Don't make any statements about, you got to think about it or what have you. You're closing a sale, so communicate that you're interested and be strong about it. It also gives you an opportunity to ask some questions of the interviewer. How did you do? Any questions they have. If they bring up something, you can potentially try and solve that problem right there on the spot. Or if they say something, you can think about it and go back to them later through an email or a follow-up thank you note. So use that as an opportunity for intelligence gathering to make your case. Even if you're unsure about the job, like I said, don't say anything. You can always go back later and say that you're not interested, but don't do it right there on the spot. This is a sale you're closing, so just keep that in mind. So this is the end of the second part of the video. Again, subscribe on the right, and we'll send you Chapter 10 of this, which is a companion to this video, and good luck.